And the read is ready to be read. And it begins in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, I dream in Creed.
I was infected by Venom.
Banksy is a genius.
Stop yelling Dad over and over.
Fonts for your brain.
Tupac is still with us.
Major spoilers and Trek Nerd and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
You can't do that.
The hell I can't.
Another bottle of your second least expensive champagne.
The Morning Stream. Better than dog butt flung poo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to TMS. It is Monday, October 8th, 2018. It's 9:02 in the a.m. here in the Mountain Time Zone. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett. Good morning.
Hi. Hello. Happy Monday. Happy Columbus Day to you.
Oh, yeah. Happy. No, it's not very happy there. Everyone's like pissed about Columbus. So it's like.
You got to say it's Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. I think
Oh, is that the new? Is that the thing?
Even Columbus, Ohio, where you just were.
Yeah.
This year, for the first year, is not celebrating Columbus Day. They're celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day.
Really? I didn't know that. Well, all right. Yeah, I mean, Columbus, when we were kids, Brian and I were growing up, we've had this conversation on the show before and caught a lot of heat from somebody who was mad at us. But when you and I were growing up in school, we had a very different curriculum on Christopher Columbus. He was presented as quite the hero of the day, and
that's right.
Came over here and made it all work. And then historical accuracy notwithstanding, that's just sort of the line we were fed. And now we know more and we know better. And so yeah, F that guy was kind of a bastard. All right.
Kind of was. Can we get our mail back?
Yeah, can we get our mail today? Oh, no kidding. Mail delivery again? I forgot I'm supposed to get something today. It'll be tomorrow
you're not
now.
Get it today. Yeah, I'm not going to get it today.
Can we not make this a mail bank day, please?
Right, exactly.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. All right, well, whatever. I'll wait until Tuesday, I guess. Hey, I've been playing Assassin's Creed, Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out on last Friday, and I probably got a little too hooked on it. I'm a big AC fan. I like me some Assassin's Creed. Sure. And this one's real good, but now I'm dreaming in it. That's probably why I didn't sleep last night. But I just want to make a quick recommendation. Anybody out there thinking about picking it up this year, it's great. It's a really great refinement of what made Origins good last year. I like it a lot. My phone's ringing. Why? I'm hitting end. Okay. And I think what makes this one special, oh my gosh, phone, is that... now I forgot what I was going to say, why it made it special. Anyway, it's really good. Sorry, my phone rang and it threw me off. It's a very nice... it's a lot of what made last year's work, but it's super refined and it's super good. Here's the advice I have early on for anybody who wants to play the game. Pick the lady. Don't pick the dude.
Okay.
And the reason you want to pick the lady is her name is Cassandra. And she's very well voice acted and incredibly well realized. She is a fascinating character. Very, very interesting.
I hear that, the guy they picked for the male voice is the guy who did those Mega Man voiceovers.
Yeah, that's the guy. He's the one that says things like, hold on. He says things like,
that's a good question.
Yeah, they made him.
That's a good question, SEO.
Wrong era, but sure. That'll work.
I know. It's the only Assassin's Creed.
That's the only name you can think of. Bayek. You could have said Bayek, but it doesn't matter. The point is that she's awesome, and he's just a meathead. Like, he's just he's fine, but he's just like this Spartan meathead who's just like, okay. And she is just super nuanced and just really well thought out, and her voice actress, I don't know who she is, but she's really good. So, anyway, Cassandra, that's your pick.
Okay. What is the story, by the way, for this one? When does it take place?
Ancient Greece.
Oh,
and
cool.
So you're a descendant of the Spartans, and there's some story there with the Spartans and stuff. But then you got to deal with the Athenians and all that business. So it's all very much set in that kind of space, and the world is gorgeous, just beautiful. Gardens and blue water against white coral, kind of like what you would expect from the air, from the region, right? Just beautiful, well realized, huge place, like a gigantic map this time, way bigger than last time's. Supposedly it's a 50-hour story, and if you do everything, it's like another 100 hours or some crazy thing. But anyway, it's real good. I like where they're taking this thing. It's an RPG now. You have dialogue trees, Brian. You make decisions that affect you later. Yeah, you go to talk to a lady, and you'll have 5 things you can reply with instead of the old way, which is just talk.
I hate that. I feel like I sabotage myself, later on in the game. I don't want my decisions to affect later parts of the game.
I only do when I play these games when they have dialogue trees. I only pick the good guy strings, even if it affects me poorly in the future. I just feel like that's better than being a dick.
There's going to be some time when some game does this where you pick all of the, I'm a good guy, I'm not chaotic evil, I'm whatever good, whatever the opposite of chaotic evil is. That's that other corner of the tic-tac-toe
So there's
board.
chaotic evil, and then there's lawful good, I think, is the far other
Lawful
end.
good, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, lawful good.
Yeah.
And it'll say, all right, game over. You were able to complete the game without any conflict in 35 minutes. Congratulations on $49 well spent.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, the way these games work in the past, including Origins, was you just kind of talked to a guy, gave you the thing, and that was the story. You weren't
Right.
part of the story in any kind of choice making. But here's what I found out kind of by accident. I'm talking to some lady by a fire in a little village, and before I know it, I'm romancing this lady. I'm
really?
I'm not even to the Isle of Lesbos yet, and I'm already starting to have a little bit of something going on here. So, and that's in there too.
Oh, that's right. You picked the lady. That's right. You picked the lady. I was going to say,
yeah.
I don't know how lucky you're going to get with the ladies of Lesbos, but
no, she apparently is wide open. It turns out to new ideas, but and that's new too. There was no romancing in the old games, so this is a new thing. A little Assassin's or Mass Effect kind of thrown in there. But I would say if you're a fan of like The Witcher, they've gone very much in that direction of like RPG. Everybody drops loot. It's random. It's very Diablo-like that way. You equip new stuff all the time. This year's equipment system is way better than last year's. Last year's was all right, but they've improved that. Top all that off with the fact that it's still a really good stealth game if you want to play it that way. Mm-hmm. That stuff's still there.
That is my favorite part of the Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, it's what you want. Sneaking up and stabbing a guy in the neck when no one else is looking and pull him in the bush, That's the best.
Great.
Pulling him in the bush.
Pull him in the bush. That's
anyway.
What got that's what got that conversation in trouble on the Access Hollywood bus.
That's right. By the way, for the chat room, the Isle of Lesbos is in the game. It's high level. It's like the highest level in the game. So apparently, when I get there, it'll be some serious business. And they also, as much as these games are always very historically, they try to stay very historically accurate.
Sure.
This game does meddle around a little bit in mythology, which I'm totally cool with. They did that in Origins as well. There's reference to the Animus in the future time where you're actually experiencing all of this, but it's barely there, which is the way I like it. I like it as a background story, but I don't necessarily want to visit it every 5 minutes. So that's cool. Oh, and the ships from Black Flag are back, so that whole piracy stuff is back. Oh, that stuff's good. Floating around the high seas, Brian. I'm going to take down that boat and get all your shit.
I won't even be considering this until I'm done with Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, no. Look, by the time...
I'll never finish Spider-Man if I'm trying to load up my artifact.
Good point. And if I'm done, by the time Red Dead comes out at the end of this month, you'll still have Spider-Man to finish. So
yeah, I will, absolutely.
It's fine.
No doubt.
It's totally fine. But it's really good. Assassin's Creed's good. I like that series a lot.
Cool.
Yeah, big fan. I like how it's changed a lot in the last couple of years, and it's beautiful. And I'm running it on a pretty nice card on a 4K monitor with like everything cranked, and it looks amazing. But I assume console versions are fine. I don't know. I'm not playing it on the console.
Sure.
Brian, you have a shout out here.
Yes, big shout out to Jessica and her brand new son, Braden. Jessica was a contestant a few weeks back on Battle Royale and won. And she was able to play because she was on maternity leave with her brand new son, and that's what actually took a long time for her to respond to say, "Okay, here's my address for prizes."
Oh, right.
So anyway, she goes back to work this week, I think, and just wanted to have a quick shout out and welcome back. But she's relied on us to kind of get her through the 4 months of maternity leave, and now she's going to be relying on us to get her through going back to work and being away from her new son. So,
well, you might say we get everyone through everything, is what you're saying.
Exactly. I told her though that it won't be too long before she's like looking forward to going to work and escaping.
Yeah.
Being with the baby all day. It's like, oh yeah, there was a point at which I was like, oh, I'm glad I'm going back to work.
Yeah. I mean, at some point you need to have the mix. But
yes.
But I don't know. Kim, I remember Kim being so, she never seemed to get sick of them when they were little. Like, she just never got tired.
Well, she wouldn't, because she'd
never like hand them over to me and go, here, you take him. It was never like that.
Right.
Like, I'd want to take him, but she was just like, I don't know. She's built for that stuff or something.
Exactly.
I don't know what's going on with her. She's a weirdo. In a good way. If she can hear this, the door's open.
That's right. And hey, Friday night, I went and saw Venom.
Oh, yeah. How is Venom? Is it garbage or okay?
Saw the new film, The Venom.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I think that's actually even the word that I texted you when I actually popped in Slack while the credits were rolling to let you and the other film set guys know. It's okay. It doesn't, it's kind of tries to be everything and doesn't succeed at anything.
Okay.
And like, it tries to be comedy. It tries to be horror in some places. It tries to be a thriller. It really follows. I mean, it probably is the biggest example of the superhero formula that we've kind of gotten away from with things like Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok and even Infinity War, where Marvel, the MCU, has really figured out the secret sauce to like making a compelling superhero film by not doing Act 1, the character gets their powers. Act 2, they learn to use their powers. Act 3, they go against a larger version of themselves as the main bad guy. And that's exactly what happens in Venom.
Sounds like a early 2000s superhero formula there.
Yeah. I think I can, when I was talking with you about it, I think I compared it to the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, or one reviewer compared it to Catwoman, saying that it's basically like the Sharon Stone, Halle Berry Catwoman movie.
That was a very bad movie, Catwoman.
It was a very bad movie.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it. I mean, as much as I love Tom Hardy and everything he does, and you love Tom Hardy and everything.
Yeah. And there's one thing in particular, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah. Or not. But he's not as great as I wanted him to be in this. Yeah. Like, Eddie Brock is supposed to be this, it's no surprise because the movie opens with this, but he's supposed to be this like inside edition hard copy in the field reporter with his own show. Okay. Kind of thing. And he comes across like this doofus. Like, you can't imagine this guy ever getting a job as a sanitation worker for a Starbucks, let alone having his own television show and his own kind of media, quote unquote, empire. That's probably the biggest disappointment to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. Venom. You heard it here first.
Go see, hey, Tuesdays is $5 day at AMC. Go see it on $5 day at AMC theaters.
Is it even worth it then? Just save the $5.
It's worth it.
It's worth $5? Okay.
It's worth $5. And what makes it partially worth that $5 is the second stinger, which again, I don't know if I want to say anything as nice spoiler, Captain Kipper. Jeez. The second stinger isn't a real stinger for the film. It's kind of what Fox did with one of the movies. I can't remember which one, but they showed, instead of having a second stinger, they showed a clip from X-Men First Class or X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, that was what was that where they did that?
I know, I'm trying to remember what that was. It was like You know, you get
yeah, it was. Wasn't First Class? It was Apocalypse, and it was. Oh shoot! Oh, Logan. The end of Logan. That's what it was.
The end of Logan. That's right. Yeah. So anyway, the second stinger for Venom, which is worth sticking around for, is a bunch of is like a 5-10 minute scene from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Which was a lot of fun. That was like, I don't know, maybe it's not a good idea at the end of your mediocre movie to put 5-10 minutes of a movie that looks like it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Because then it makes the rest of the movie kind of look mediocre. But,
yeah, I'm excited about that, though. That's that animated Miles Morales thing. Is that the deal with that? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's that cool cell animation. I don't know, like seeing the way that the animation goes in the previews for Into the Spider-Verse is one thing, but watching an actual scene where it's not quick cuts to kind of show you what the movie is about and it's actually a 5-10 minute scene, seeing that animation, it's like, okay, I'm looking forward to an entire movie in this style. It feels like a living, breathing comic book.
All right, I'm in then. Count me in. I'll watch your weird thing just for that.
Yeah, $5 AMC.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well,
splurge on the popcorn.
Give me so on a ranking of 100% down to 0%, what percent do you give it?
For Venom?
Yeah.
Solid right in the middle, 50%.
50. Okay, you're about 20. You're 20% higher than the average. Rotten Tomato is currently at 31.
Yeah, critics. It's funny. Audiences and critics way divided on this, according to the Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah.
Like, critics hate it. Audiences love it. I feel like
Yeah, out of 19,062 ratings, user ratings, audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, 89%. So yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
so different. Yeah.
It happens once in a while. Never know what you're gonna get. All right, well, Venom. We've done it. We've made another movie. Good job, guys. You did it.
It's better than the Topher Grace Venom. I'll say that. How's that? Is that
okay?
something?
Is it? I don't know. Is that better than that? I mean, would you say
better than the Topher Grace Venom?
Okay,
sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember that. I have very little memory of the Topher Grace Venom.
Good.
Of 3 generally. We're watching that for Film Sack coming up.
We should, yeah.
I think it's on the list. Isn't it on the list? Pretty sure
It
it's on
better
the
be.
list. Yeah.
Got added.
Here's this on the list. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the part of the program we call Babble Royale, starring your friend and ours, Mr. Brian Dunaway, who's on the line right now. Hi, Brian.
It's on the list.
It is on the list. Isn't it soon? I thought we talked about it being soon or something.
Soon, but not during October because we want to do a couple Halloween-y things.
Right.
Cabin Fever's on Netflix. That's all I'm saying.
I think we should do Cabin Fever. That's the Eli Roth movie. Is that the one?
Correct.
I think we should.
Not the other one. Not the Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, we don't want that. That's dumb. We don't want that one. I mean, not that's dumb.
Wait, we want both of them.
Well, we want. Okay, fine. We'll do both of them.
We're gonna watch both of them.
Yeah, maybe the other one. The other one's too on the nose, though. I feel like it's. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah, it's hard to lampoon something that's kind of already lampooning itself.
Yes, that's what it feels like. Although it's such a different kind of lampooning that it may deserve further scrutiny, but I don't know.
Right.
We'll decide.
I mean, it's like film sacking Scream. I don't think we could film sack Scream.
I think I just at this point I think we can film.
Shut up.
Scream. I really feel like it is one of the things that qualifies a film sack movie is did it hold up? There's enough odd jokes that would no longer land that would be fun to review.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're convincing us. You've almost convinced us completely. Well done on
Our
that.
humor has changed a lot since Scream 1.
This is true. Hey, we have a caller on the line to participate in today's contest. Let's find out who it is. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Mike Haley, the taffy guy.
Oh, that taffy guy.
Oh, hey. Taffy
Always
guy.
got a nice, warm, soft taffy in one of your pockets, don't you? Just ready to go all the time, right?
Always for you, Scott, and sometimes for jury.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. A nice, warm, soft pocket taffy.
Pocket taffy.
Next time I go, I want to bring an ice chest to keep them nice and cold.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I like my taffy nice and hard. Hard
You guys
taffy.
getting weird audio stuff?
No.
Yeah, it's this weird crackly noise. Is it Scott? Say something,
No,
Scott.
I'm talking normal.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm
There
getting,
it
I'm
is.
getting it from Scott as
Oh,
well.
you're hearing it from me?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Hold on, let me
Well,
check.
while Scott eats that, all this talk about this taffy makes me want to eat some of my Australia's soft-eating licorice.
Do you still hear it? Do you hear it now?
I hear it whenever you talk.
Well, that's
Whenever you
odd.
or Mike Haley talk.
Okay, hold on. Something happened with audio routing. Let's just mute you guys for a second. Okay, now, how about now?
Nope, still
No, it's
hearing
still
it.
there. That's great. How about I do... Hang in there, Mike. We're going to try something. I'm going to leave this call, and then I'm going to rejoin it. Okay, now I'm back here. Is it any better now?
Still hear it from you,
Well,
yeah.
that's great. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit it, and then I'm going to bring it back up. All right, hang in there, Mike. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're doing this. Stuff happens. Things happen. Got a little rowdy issue here.
Still the same.
I don't know what's causing that.
Now,
Now.
no, I still hear it. I'm just wondering if the audience hears it from you, or if only Brian Dunaway and I hear it.
They're not hearing it, because if I don't hear it, they don't hear it. Because I hear I'm hearing output.
But they keep saying still static. They're saying that on their end.
They're hearing all this? Really? It's on the caller. The caller's muted right now, so it's not coming from there.
Yeah, really bad on screen.
Yeah, no, they're saying that they hear it from everyone.
Well, what the heck?
They're saying with everybody.
I'm not hearing it from Ibit though. I'm only hearing it from
You're only hearing it from me. I don't hear it from any of you, and mine's the output. So how am I not hearing anything? We hear everything, Scott. It's sort of you pick up the caller. All right, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try something. Hold on a second.
Do your reset audio button on Discord.
Although it feels more rudimentary to something. I don't know what. So it's still happening now. You're hearing it.
Yeah, still hearing it.
Let's see if I hear the playback. Because I hear the. Oh, yeah, we that.
They keep saying
I don't know.
no longer playing.
Here. Okay.
Hi, this is Mike Haley.
Yeah, it is when I picked him up.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do.
Should we all quit Discord to come back?
No, it's not Discord. Discord's not the problem. It's audio, like bass. Tell me if you hear this.
Right. Oh. Oh man.
You really are eating your Australian soft.
Oh my
eating
God, it's so
licorice.
good.
Do you guys hear me? You hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. Oh, you sound good now.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we can
Totally
hear.
fine now.
Mike, can you hear us now?
Oh my god, it's so good. You guys hear me?
Mike,
Yeah.
he's playing his thing
Better
back.
now? Okay.
Yeah,
He's playing his thing back.
he's got Twitch on.
Hey, turn Twitch on. Hey, can you hear me?
Mike, he's playing his thing back.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, I had to
I was
reset
gonna make a joke how we're gonna play Babel Royale with ourselves, but that probably isn't as funny as.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. All right, so let me double check. Okay, test SS 1212. All right.
Totally fine.
And the read. Hold on. Double check. Okay, test SS. Okay, so that's good on my end and your end. Well, I'm glad I checked that. That's weird. It's not coming through the monitor at all. Okay,
No.
now let me.
That's good on my end.
Are you-
And yours.
He doesn't know we're talking to him now. Mike, you there? It is Mike, right?
It is Mike. Yes.
Mike?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, turn down your radio there.
He doesn't know we're talking to him now.
I can hear.
It is Mike.
Yeah, but you're listening through the computer, not us.
Yeah, turn down your
That's so
radio.
confusing.
there.
I do the
I
same
can't
thing.
hear you.
Oh,
All right,
he
all
can't
right.
hear
Here-
us.
here's
He
what I
can-
want you to do,
he can
Mike.
Only hear us through the show.
Right, so here's what I want you to do. Call me back. Let me look at your thing so I know which number to take. Okay, call back, and I'll pick up your thing. All right, we'll get this. We
Hello.
got this. We got this, you guys. We totally got
yeah.
this. Genie, get another caller.
I know. Really putting the babble in Babble Royale today, aren't we?
Right.
All right, is this him?
Typical Columbus Day.
I don't know if this is him or not. This might be this could be funny.
Mike?
Hi, who's this? Oh, wait. Hi, who's this? Wait. Hi, are you there? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, is this Mike?
No, this is Jonathan in Brooklyn.
All right, Jonathan is our guy today. Mike will get you,
We'll have to get Mike back
you on
in somewhere,
Wednesday.
yeah.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine now. Jonathan from Brooklyn, New York. Jonathan, welcome. How are you?
Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed my hometown of Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, is that
Flew
where
in 5 minutes.
I didn't know you were from
Yeah,
there.
you flew in 5.
Oh no.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You flew in 5 minutes from my parents' house.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I know. I loved your hometown. Have you been there? I guess you've been there recently. Probably visit family and stuff.
Christmas was the last time I was home, yeah.
Yeah, they got cool stuff going there, man. I'd come out there again.
Yeah, it's okay.
Maybe not.
Are we coming in crackly?
No, you sound good now.
Yeah.
Did we sound
Starting
bad?
to pick up again.
Oh, it's doing it again?
Picking up again.
Gosh dang it, son of a goat. Hold on a second. What happened? What happened here? All right.
Is it Skype?
Hold on. We don't have Skype. I'm not running Skype.
Oh, we're not using Skype? Okay,
No.
I didn't know if we were doing that or doing that.
I wonder if I can transfer. All right. Hang on, Jonathan.
Okay.
Frick. I said hang on, Jonathan, and Brian goes, okay.
I know. Okay. I was answering for Jonathan.
I see.
Yes.
That's fine. All right, hold on. So I sound like it now?
And
Oh, it's doing it
fine.
again? Yeah, going there, man. I'd come out there again.
5 minutes from my parents' house.
Oh, that's awesome. So it came in later.
It came in later.
yeah, I
Like
know.
it wasn't there at the beginning, and then it just kind of slowly developed, like static was building up on the line.
And you all hear it now, yeah?
No, I don't hear it now
No,
at
no.
all. Like you're fine. You sound fine now.
Okay, I wonder, it must be this. All right, here's what we're going to do.
Yep.
Jonathan, here's what we're going to do.
Yep, there it is.
That's back.
Is
yeah.
it back? Okay, it's when I have this in the front. I'm closing this now. Okay, how about now?
It went away just as you said. I'm closing this now. So.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Whatever
here-
that is, close that. Whatever the Static Maker app that you have pulled up.
You know what it
Remove
was?
it.
You know what it was? It was
What is
freaking. It was. You use Firefox for that call stuff, and Firefox for some reason just farting out.
The worst.
I don't know why. It's always That's what I use every time. So I don't know why it suddenly doesn't work. It doesn't make sense to me. All right, so here's what I'm going to do real quick here. We're going to try this one more time. Either Mike or Jonathan, either one who calls in.
Or maybe a third caller will arrive.
I'm going to see if I can get this. Okay. I think this will have to do. All right, we're getting a call. You guys don't hear anything weird, right? Everything's fine?
Nope, sounds good. Sounds good.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Let me see what we get here. This is. I think this is him again. All right. Let's just give this a shot. Hello. Are you there? Hello?
Is someone there?
Is anyone there? Hello. Greetings. Hi.
Unmute. You're.
They're not. I mean, I'm not muting them. Let's see.
Okay.
Unless there's a. This sucks. All right, here's what we're gonna do instead. I've changed my mind completely.
We're not going to do Battle Royale.
No, we're gonna
do-
play. We're gonna play Battle Royale, but it's gonna be me and Dunaway versus each other, just like normal. But
Right.
If Dunaway wins, Jonathan gets prizes.
That's a great
if
idea.
I win,
Oh well. Then
That's a good
Mike,
idea.
Mike
gets
gets
the
prizes. So
Every-
Mike,
everybody gets a chance.
Yeah, so
everybody
Mike-
gets a chance.
Mike, I'm with you. Brian's with him. And you'll both hear this, so when we're done, you'll know which one of you won, and you just email and get your prizes. All right, we're good. Let's do this. This is awesome.
All right.
I got to start the recording back up. Okay, never mind. We have nobody. It's just this new idea, which is we're going to play without the call because something's wrong with the calls. And one guy will win if I win, another guy will win if Brian wins. So if I win, Mike wins. If Brian wins,
I like that.
Jonathan, or is it Jonathan? Yeah, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
So we got this all worked out now. Brian, will you explain what the hell this particular trivia is so we can play our game?
I don't know anymore. I'm going to give you guys a topic. You guys are going to go back and forth with answers for that topic. And if one of you gives a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or you take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. Again, Jonathan wins if Brian Dunaway wins, and Mike wins if Scott wins. Today, you are playing for a physical prize package. No Steam games today. This includes an album that we played a track from in August, The Almost Faithful Human Nature. What's cool about this CD is that the cover is made out of AstroTurf.
Oh, shut up. For real?
Plus the album's really good. There's that, too. And then, in addition to that, you get a Nerdtacular 2012. Look at that prize pack with stickers for shows that are still around and some shows that maybe aren't still around.
Wow.
It's a collector's item, and it does even include the rubber lanyard, Frog Pants lanyard. Remember this?
Yeah, I do. I have a couple of those hanging around.
Yep. And for you collectors out
O2s.
For you collectors out there, a StarCraft 2 BattleNet. What do they call these things?
Security dongle or whatever.
Authenticator. An authenticator.
Authenticator. Yeah.
Which I don't think you can use anymore, right? It has to be a phone app.
You can totally use them. You just.
Oh, you still can use them.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just that most people use their phone, but they still support them.
I feel like Ibit's having a kind of a everything must go sale at his house.
Yeah, no kidding.
Kind of is. I found a bunch of Nerdtacular 2012 stuff that I have duplicates of, so it's like, oh, well.
Yeah, get rid of that business. I should do some of that too. I have a whole bunch of that stuff here. Anyway, that's a fine prize pack, a physical prize pack coming straight to your door if you win. But first we have to try to win. So what's our category?
That's right. Your category today was,
can be. Yeah.
Breakfast cereals named after, inspired by TV shows.
Oh.
So,
wow. Not movies, right? Just TV.
Not movies, very specific, exactly. And this one was written by Steve from Roscoe, Illinois. This is a great one because he actually did have to go through and do a lot of work to put this list together because there isn't a list per se. He had to kind of combine several sources for lists. Yeah. So, breakfast cereals that were television tie-ins, not movie tie-ins.
Okay.
So, okay.
Now, here's the thing. Some of the TV shows were turned into movies, and the cereals were based on the movies. Yeah. I'm going to try and be as generous as I can with some of those, but...
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to flip a coin to see who goes first.
All right.
Brian Dunaway, call it in the air.
Heads.
Heads, it is. It fell on the ground, but it did fall head side up, so Brian Dunaway gets to start.
All right, so the cereal that was always in our house for some reason, and a cartoon my little sisters loved, was Rainbow Bright.
Really?
Rainbow Bright, wow, very good. Yes, Rainbow Bright sweetened cereal.
I didn't know that even existed. Okay.
Very good, all right.
Well done, Dunaway. Well, we just did the Simpsons pilot for Current Geek. There had to have been a Simpsons cereal.
Oh, absolutely.
There were several. We have them all lumped into one, but there were Crustios. There were, there were several different Simpsons cereals, and it's all lumped into one category. Or lumped into one.
I just remembered a
Lumpy,
terrible one.
just like the cereal, Lumpy.
I just remembered the worst one ever, and I'm holding it. Go ahead, Dunaway. Your turn.
Okay.
It's a good one though. I just remembered it.
There was a lot of good ones during the 70s. There was so much tie-in. I'm gonna go with Hanna-Barbera's The Flintstones.
Very good. Yeah, of course you got to go Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles and
Cocoa Pebbles.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, I forgot about those. That's a good one. How I'd forget. You know what? They're so mainstream now. I don't think of them as being based on TV.
Right. It's exactly.
All right, Mom. I'll go ahead and fart my good one out. Here you go. I remember these in the 90s. Urkelos.
Yes. Very good.
Was that a real cereal?
That was a real cereal.
That was a joke.
We bought it. We bought it because of how dumb that sounds. And they're not good. They're bad. They're just Fruit Loops, really basically. They're not good. And they're bad Fruit Loops. Nothing wrong with Fruit Loops. All right, there you go.
Urkelos, very good. Wow.
Urkelos. I thought that was a fake cereal. I just thought that was something the internet made up later
No,
on.
that's real, dude.
That's a real cereal. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What do they taste like? I don't want to know. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with another one that was in our house a lot, which was the Smurf berries. Which
Smurf berries.
I
very
actually
good.
kind of liked. They're disgusting, but I kind of
They were
like them.
kind of like the Captain Crunch Crunch berries. Yeah, so you had two
Yeah.
different varieties, Smurf Berry Crunch and Smurf Magic Berries.
Magic berries.
Right, exactly. Very good.
All right, I know one in particular that even Brian would probably have bought. That is to say, Ibbot would have bought. Because
really?
Because
Okay.
of your fandom. The problem is I don't know if it's technically from a TV incarnation.
If it's what I think you're thinking of that you would say that I'm a fan of that you're not,
Yeah.
Really?
then I think you should say it.
Interesting.
I'm gonna hold it. Instead,
Okay.
I'm going to
All
do
right.
one that my kids begged for, and I let them do once, and then they never asked for it again, and it was... I can't remember the name of the show. Nickelodeon had a show where they dumped green goop on people, and they made a cereal based on the goop.
Green goop.
It was called... Hold on. What was that show called? Had that same...
Green Goops.
Had
The
that,
Green Goops.
that same host that always hosted everything over there.
Mark Summers.
Yeah, Mark Summers.
I'll give you that much. That's as much as I'm giving you.
The stuff in the TV show was called Green Slime or Slime. So Slime, Nickelodeon
that
Slime.
sounds delicious.
Something
Why
like
don't
that.
I have some of that?
It's something like that. You there?
I'm here. I'm waiting for you to come up with
verified.
a.
I did. I just said it. Green Slime. Is that right?
Oh, that is not correct. No, but if you.
Oh.
Well, all right. Let me see what the name of the cereal was, because the TV show was called Double Dare,
Okay.
Right.
and let me see what the. Let's see. Additional corporate sponsorships and times proposed, and a Double Dare branded breakfast cereal, but Nickelodeon declined the offers.
Oh.
Are you
I don't
sure?
think that there really was.
I fed my kids this cereal. I'm 100% sure it exists. 100%. Now, I may be wrong on the name. What do we do? We have to do a judge check here. Can someone in the chat
We need
look?
to do a judge check because let's see, John, Florida, 1968. Okay, I take that back. There was a green slime. Yes, there was a green slime cereal. So I'm giving it to you. I this was not on the list, and I did the search for Double Dare cereal, but there was a green slime cereal. So we're keeping going.
Okay.
Yep, Scott, you're still in.
So we're okay because that's based on a show ish.
Absolutely is.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, oh my gosh, I got to be careful here. All right, go ahead, Dunaway.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that on television. Was the show where they dump green slime on people, but
Right.
we'll give it to you.
Okay.
We'll give
Keeping
it to
it
you.
going.
All right.
We'll give it to you. All right. Another weird 80s cereal that was. I've been holding this one off because I'm not 100% sure. I remember there being a cartoon, but I want to make sure that it was the right one. Or maybe I'm just thinking of the cereal alone. But there used to be a Mr. T cereal,
Yeah.
and it wasn't based on the A-Team. It was actually a cartoon, right?
It was based on the cartoon, the Mr. T
Okay, good.
cartoon.
Jeez.
And yep, it was the cartoon version of Mr. T on the box. And I think, man, out of all of these, this is one of the ones that lasted the longest because I remember.
Really?
I remember it being on shelves for a long time.
All right.
Right.
It'll last through a nuclear winter.
That's right.
Uh,
Florida 1968 is doing a great job, by the way, finding the MrBreakfast.com entries for all of these.
oh, good. My son was really into, and still is, SpongeBob SquarePants. I remember buying a box of
that's
that.
That's a good one. Yeah.
It may have been called something else, but he was on
It
the
was
box.
SpongeBob SquarePants cereal. Yep.
Okay,
And
phew.
it was made from a pineapple under the sea.
All right.
Pineapple under the sea.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
I'm running low here.
I am running super low. I mean, I'm doing like all kinds of stuff. I'm like, was there a Mr. Rogers neighborhood cereal? I don't remember that. And it's like there's so many crossovers I remember because they, lots of times they'll brand cereal and they'll throw somebody on the front of it. But specifically,
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
For some reason, I just feel like I know this has got to be wrong, but I just feel like there was a Mork and Mindy cereal or something. It just feels like there was.
Okay, is that your answer?
And I'm just not. Wait, I'm not.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with God, yeah, I'm gonna go with Mork and Mindy. That's not gonna. It's gonna be a total fail, but yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Honey bunches of Mork is what you're.
Honey?
No, there wasn't. No, there was no Mork and Mindy cereal. I had to do a double
God,
check here to see if
swear
it was.
I remember it. I swear I remember it.
Oh no!
But
Not
it
there.
had to be like a crossover, right?
Maybe they may have done something.
Yeah, I don't remember. They might have. Mork might have promoted a cereal, but I cannot find any Mork.
There's
and
got to
Mindy
be a
cereal.
Happy Days cereal too, right?
No Happy Days either. Here's the list from.
Wait, can I guess one more? I want to
of
guess.
course, yeah,
Alf.
please do.
Was there
Yes.
an Alf cereal?
There is not an Alf
Oh,
cereal.
I would have lost on
See,
Alf.
that feels like all the things it would be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So the list from and I don't have his name in front of me again.
Did we say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
You
No. I
did
remember
not say
those.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
I
Turtles.
remember
Yep.
those. Dang
The
it.
Batman. So one based on the Batman cartoon called The Batman. Bill and Ted's Excellent Animated Adventure cereal.
No, I would have never gotten that.
Bozo Frosted Flakes, Dora the Explorer,
Oh, Bozo,
DreamWorks Dragons, Fairly Odd Parents, G.I. Joe, Go Diego Go, Hannah Montana, Little Einsteins, Fruity Stars, the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse cereal,
Yeah.
No.
Mighty Mouse, the Pink Panther Flakes, Pokemon. Was Pokemon, by the way, Scott, the one you were sitting on?
No, I was sitting on Alf, and I'd have been wrong.
You were sitting on Alf. Oh God, I didn't like
Get off,
Alf.
Alf!
I couldn't stand Alf. Popeye
It
had
has
multiple
little
cereals.
hairballs in it. It's great.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not bad.
Powerpuff Girls, Real Ghostbusters, Scooby Doo, Sesame Street,
Real Ghostbusters.
Spider-Man, Strawberry Shortcake, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, which never made it to stores, but there were only test and prototype samples out there.
Yeah.
Tiny Toon Adventures, Top Cat, Xena Warrior Princess.
What?
No.
Wait. What's in her cereal? What's in there?
It's called Xena: A Taste of Honey cereal, and it was
Holy
only sold in
crap.
comic shops.
Are you kidding me?
What made this question so difficult is there was so much cross promotion between cereals
Yes.
and TV shows that it's hard to remember if the cereal box actually contained a cereal that was based on it or if it was
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
promotion.
No, you're not wrong. Dang it.
And then ones that you couldn't have used, Adam's Family, because it was based on the movies. There was a Batman cereal where the shapes were the Tim Burton Batman. Cat in the Hat after the movie came out. Hulk, Jetsons, Looney Tunes Back in Action, Star Trek, Rugrats, and Superman.
Oh, so I'm glad you clarified because Hulk was the other one that I was thinking of, but I knew that was going to be sketchy because that's like, well, is it the comic? Is it the
Right.
Character
Based on
itself,
the movie, the TV, the Lou Ferrigno business. Or,
yeah? Like I just wasn't sure enough. But all right, well I win
So-
by almost default because I would have been wrong with Alf. So good job there.
No
by the way.
kidding.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to Mike Haley, Taffy Guy,
Yeah.
who I think is going under the knife tomorrow. We'll talk about that a little bit later on the show.
Oh God. Oh, you must have a request or something.
I
going.
have a request related to him. Yes.
Well, you've done well without having actually have to be here. It's also nice to know that we can make this work so someone wins today. We'll have that all fixed up by Wednesday. I don't know what the hell happened, but I'll fix it. But well done. Just send Brian an email, coverville@gmail.com, and we'll get you taken care of today later at Mountain Time 3:30. That's right here at 3:30, 5:30 Eastern. Me and Brian Dunaway doing an episode of The Boop Show. Very excited. We've been, because of trips and stuff, had to put off a couple of them, but we're back, and I got stuff to talk about. I know he does too. It's very exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Very.
And I can't wait to go see if I can actually still buy a Smurfberry Crunch because that was a really good one.
Ugh, it sounds awful, dude. I don't.
I
want
imagine
that.
you can find a lot of these on eBay.
You think so? Oh, my
Yes,
camera's
I'll
been
bet
off
you
this
can.
whole time. Sorry, I forgot to turn it on again.
That's all right. There was a whole bunch of stuff going on.
What's the worst cereal you ever had there, Ibbot? Like if you had to pick the worst
like of any cereal.
that you've ever had in your life.
We still even have 3/4 of a box of this stuff. It's Mueslix with flax or something in it, and I just can't even eat it. I poured a bowl of it when we first got it,
Yeah.
and it's got so many little pieces of dust that just kind of float on the milk. It's just absolutely can't do it. I've even
right.
tried putting it in yogurt and eating it that way, and I can't do it.
That sounds bad. For me,
so I don't even know why we're keeping it, because I don't think anybody else in this house is going to eat it.
For me, it was grape nuts. I had it when I was a kid.
Oh, grape nuts. Yeah, because it just is a tooth breaker.
No, they're terrible. There's nothing about that that's cereal. Yeah. That's what cavemen would eat because they were desperate. It's freaking so freaking bad. All right. Yeah. Well, that's the end of that.
This is your radio newscaster with another exclusive, sensational summary of world and local events.
It's brought to you. Oh, I can't. We just talked about the Boop Show. Well, anyway, this is the news, everybody, and it's brought to you by the Boop Show. Hey, you want to know more about it? Then tune in. It's frogpants.tv today at 3:30 Mountain Time, and it's a great time. We talk about video games, stuff we're playing, stuff we wish we were playing. Sometimes we even argue because Dunaway's got weird tastes, and that's fun. So check it out live. We'll be here. You can be part of the chat room and hang out with us, or check it out on the podcast feed at frogpants.com/BOOP. You know me. All right.
Boop.
Let's do this. Let's do some news.
Sure.
Banksy is my hero. I already thought he was awesome, but now I really like him. So he had one of his paintings was up for auction at Sotheby's, okay? Everybody's favorite highfalutin nose in the air auction thing.
The auction house you always hear about is Sotheby's.
Yeah. Yes. You either hear about them or you hear about, what's the other one? There's a New York one.
Yes. Shoot.
It's the one where McFarlane got his baseball.
Right.
I can't think of it.
Yeah, it's funny. I can only think of Sotheby's right now.
Yeah, it's killing me. Anyway, Banksy's Christie's. That's it.
Christie's, that's right, yes.
Yeah. Friday, auction house Sotheby's sold a painting by British graffiti artist Banksy for $1.4 million. Okay? It's the one, the little girl holding the balloon.
Oh, yeah, right.
We've all seen it. The piece was a copy of one of the artist's most famous works, and the original work was on a wall, so that's why it's, they don't have the wall. They have a reproduction on a print, the limited print. But anyway, this is an image of a girl releasing a red balloon moments after it was sold. Like literally, kink, sold to the for $1.4 million. Mm-hmm. The painting self-destructed and shredded itself while everyone watched. It is the greatest thing ever.
That's awesome. Did they capture it on video? Because that sounds amazing.
I think they got. No, they have at least reaction photos.
Did
they? Okay, I have to look at this here. I've never actually seen the shred, but I saw reaction photos on Instagram. People
it's actually wow, and it's actually even look at that. It's a bunch of X-Acto knives all lined up. It's actually a YouTube video from Banksy.
Yeah, he put it out. Let's see here. I'm going to play this. Okay, a few years ago, I secretly built a shredder into a painting, it says. For those listening at home, this is him making it. Look at this. Look at these blades.
God, and it's so well done because it doesn't look like the frame is oversized or anything.
Right.
It just looks like a regular big frame on it.
Yep. He gets it in there, unbeknownst to the to Sotheby's. Although there's people on Twitter going, "Oh, they were totally in on it. There's no way that." Everything's a conspiracy for everybody now.
And you look over at, oh my God, this is great. Like the people standing right next to it are just watching it shred itself.
Yeah. Here he goes. Sold, and now they look over at it.
They basically caught it before the whole thing shredded.
Yeah. Look at it. It's amazing. Now, what's great about this, and look at them freaking out. They're like, oh my gosh, take it off the wall. What are we going to do? Here's the best part. I think it's worth more now.
Yeah, especially in that half shredded state. I would hang that on the wall and proudly display this half shredded Banksy thing.
Best $1.4 million you ever spent, whoever you are.
Right.
That's amazing. That guy is a genius. He is a freaking genius, and I want to be him.
I hope they live there because good luck trying to get that thing on the plane with all those X-Acto knife blades all lined up.
What a great troll job. Also, a little freaky if you think about what he actually pulled off, because what would stop somebody from lining a frame with a bunch of explosives right next to those people in that gallery?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Not that he would do this, but I just mean generally, where's the security on this stuff? Jeez. That's freaky to me. Right. Anyway.
So now, do you think now they're going to have to run every painting that goes into the auction house through a metal detector and X-ray scan it to see what's going on in there?
I love this guy. He's just disruptive. Still don't know what he looks like. Yeah. Just a dude out there making it happen.
Now, Big Sean LM85 in the chat room says, "This is why society sucks. People think trolling is cool."
No.
I think this is a different thing, because Banksy, if it was anybody else, I'd say, yeah, it's a crummy troll, crummy troll situation. If somebody did that with a Monet painting or, something like that, yeah, that would be dickish trolling. The fact that it's Banksy fits the...
And he's the artist.
And he's the artist.
He's the artist who did it. Like, this is an extension of the art. Like, we could argue about that for days, guys in the chat, but I'm telling you, this is not that. This is a age-old thing for artists, and he nailed it.
And I would bet the person who bought it is ecstatic that it's like this, that it did this.
Well, I'd like to hear
that they're not disappointed. Yeah,
I'd love to know. If it were me and I was throwing that kind of money around on pieces like this anyway, I'd be thrilled.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is kind of performance art, chat room. It kind of is. So,
anyway.
If he was destroying some other person's art, that's trolling of a different nature.
Right. Exactly.
That's not the same. Yeah, you have to look at the nuance.
Even if it wasn't somebody who was kind of known for being edgy and subversive and that sort of thing, I think that it would have gone over a lot less well than it did with Banksy.
Yeah.
Because Banksy is that kind of anti-establishment.
Right. It's not like the first thing he did was shred one of his own paintings. He has a lot of stuff before this that leads to this.
Exactly.
So it's easy to just brush it off and go, now we're celebrating trolls. It's not that simple in this case. There's some nuance here. Mm-hmm. I think it's amazing. Anyway, explained that he secretly installed the shredder in the frame. This is called Girl with a Balloon was the name of it. And he says this, the urge to destroy is also a creative urge. Sotheby's described the painting as a framed work, spray paint and acrylic on canvas, and notes that it is the first time in auction history that a work of art automatically shredded itself. It's certainly a long, simmering plot, and it seems unlikely that the shredder and its power source would have remained a secret for too long. The painting itself was a 2006 reproduction of the iconic image. The original image was spray painted on a building in East London in 2002. Was covered up many years before and was removed in 2004 and sold at auction the following year. They've sold other copies of it at other auctions. He is also not... He hates when people take a whole wall out and sell it. He hates that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of a little bit of revenge from him as well.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, man. It's just a trip. It's a trip.
Yeah.
He's a modern day,
There's a lot of comments on both sides in the chat room, so I bet we're going to get some emails on this, which is cool. I want to hear some other perspectives on this.
Many sides.
There are many sides.
There are many sides to this issue. There are at least two that we know of. All right. Hey, a Minneapolis man was arrested at a Trump rally. He had a Trump rally there at the Minneapolis area there. Mm-hmm. And he got arrested not for punching anybody or trying to do anything weird or anything. He is in trouble because he kept yelling "Dad" over and over as loud as he could.
And that man's name was Eric Trump.
Police, who thought they originally found a vampire, realized later. Samuel Thomas Spadindo, age 36, has been charged in Alsmeted County Court with obstructing the legal process.
Spadino and Olmsted.
Spadino and Olmsted. Nailed it right. Got it right the first time.
Nailed it. 100%.
Trespassing and 2 counts of disorderly conduct. He was being held at the adult detention center at the request of the Secret Service, which could potentially mean some charges. He was removed from the Mayo Clinic shortly after 6:30 p.m. He kept standing up and repeatedly screaming, "Dad." The president's security attempted to escort him out, and he resisted. That's where you get in trouble, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. The yelling "Dad" isn't the problem. It's when you say, "No, I'm staying," and you resist arrest and resist removal.
Says, let's see. Trump responded to him as, "Go home to your mom, darling," he told him. Trump also questioned whether Spadino was a man or a woman because he needs a haircut more than I do.
Jeez. God.
Such an ass. Court records do not indicate if charges were filed in the matter. I just want to know what was in his head. Like, why was that your protest? Yelling "Dad"? Maybe he is his,
illegitimate.
Yeah, maybe a little seed spilled in the '60s somewhere, and just saying.
Right.
It's possible.
You know nothing, Samuel Snow.
Oh yeah, it's totally just don't do it with your cousin, the Dragon Lady. Final story, and I'll save this other one for tomorrow, is this font. Okay. There's a new font called Sans Forgetica.
Okay.
Now, you and I both took typology classes.
We did. Yes.
Typography, sorry. Not
typography, sure.
I took typography 1 and 2 in college, and I found it fascinating, and we're both fans of, good fonts. We like a good font, you and I.
We hate overuse of papyrus.
Yeah, too much.
And
too much of that. Too much.
Comic Sans, of course.
Or people just being too lazy to do anything other than Arial bold or some crap like that.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, there is a brand new font out, and it is an officially, like a sanctioned font, like a font for real, not some rip-off hack on the internet, called Forgetica, designed to boost your memory. It says here, researchers at the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology, or the RMIT, in Australia have developed an entirely new font using the principles of cognitive psychology to help you better remember your study notes. The font is a sans serif style typeface with 2 unusual features. It slants slightly left, which is a rarely used design principle in typography, I remember that, and it's full of holes, kind of like Canadian money. Take that, Jeff. Are you listening, Jeff Sire? Hope he's listening. Those holes have a purpose, though. They make it harder to read. So the trick is, Brian, if you see something in this font and you're reading in it, you have to focus more because of all the holes and stuff, or else you won't be able to read it. So you having to do that exercise of focusing sharpens up your comprehension, which means you should have sharper skills in that regard for the rest of your life. That's the idea.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems weird. It seems like you wouldn't think, because it's just your brain filling in the holes that you expect there. You wouldn't think that it would translate to other parts of your life, or to improving your memory for other parts of your life.
Right. And they're saying here is, let's see, they used a word. It's a learning principle known as desirable difficulty. And that the obstruction, the holes in this case.
Wrestling name, by the way.
Oh, geez. Well, they're playing video. Thanks, CNET. You're the best. The holes are the obstructions, and it means you will dwell on each word with just a little bit longer time. So I'm reading some of this going, I can see what they mean. I feel myself hitching a little bit, but not in a bad way. I'm still reading it. That's interesting. Anyway, learned something new today about fonts.
Yeah.
All right. Who are you typing to? I keep hearing typing.
I'm typing a show title based on this.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I can submit these too, Scott.
No, you totally can. Hey, Brian, why don't you submit a song for consideration for the middle of the show?
I guess I could do that, yes.
All right.
We're going to go to... Where is this guy from? California. Go to California with a guy named Daniel Dixon. He is a member of the band The Yeses, or just Yeses, Yeses. This is from their debut EP, basically representing a breakup, but not a breakup with a person per se, but a past version of themselves, or specifically a past version of Daniel Dixon. He's spinning from the breakup of his longtime band Greylag, and decided to kind of write an album about that loss of faith, that rebuilding, that new fresh starting over kind of point of view. The self-titled EP comes out October 19th. There's kind of an 80s vibe to this that I really dig, like a Daniel Ash or a David J. from Bauhaus kind of feel to it. The song is called Edge of the World. It's from the brand new EP by Yeses.
I keep hearing all about the other Stay safe out there.
We can make the house pancakes.
It's the world of tomorrow today. This is the morning stream.
All right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back. That was a cool song. A little bit of REM in there for me.
Yeah, REM for sure. The Church. Yeah, good stuff from Yeses.
Yeah, I like it. Yeses is the band, everybody.
Yeses.
Not yes.
Y-E-S-E-S.
Yeah, multiple yeses, not one yes like yes.
Not one yes, but many, many yeses.
Yeah. What are the one yes people up to these days? Are they just making music? Or
that's a good question. I know Styx just came out with a new album last year,
What?
but I don't know about
What?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What does Styx still have to say? That's crazy. Can they make? I mean, they can never make up for that Dr. Roboto thing. I hated that.
Mr. Roboto?
Yeah,
No.
that. I freaking hated it. Oh my gosh, bad album. I'll never fix
Was
that.
it Styx? You know what? Now that I say that, I'm wondering if it was Styx. Somebody just came out. No, it was Styx. Yeah, The Mission. Right.
Okay. I'm gonna take your word for it. That's crazy.
Yes, I don't know who's still a member. Who's still a member of Styx? Let's see. Chuck Panazzo, James J.Y. Young, Tommy Shaw. Tommy Shaw still in Styx.
Oh yeah, Tommy Shaw.
No more Dennis DeYoung to kick around anymore, though.
Yeah, no. Wait, Dennis. Who's the singer?
Dennis DeYoung was the singer who left the band, put out stuff like Desert Moon, and I mean he was your Come Sail Away singer is Dennis DeYoung.
Okay, but they don't. There's no desire to probably for him to come. Oh, geez, Skype, could you be louder? Thank you.
No, there was I think a very big, angry breakup between Dennis DeYoung and the rest of the band.
Didn't realize that. That's because they made that terrible album called Mr. Roboto or whatever.
Come on,
it's
don't
terrible,
Roboto.
Brian. It's the worst thing ever made. It's true, and you know it. All right, hey, check it out, everybody. It's time for. Wait, I'm in the wrong place. It's time for this. Steven Schleicher of Major Spoilers fame on the line with us now. Hi, Steven.
Hello, Scott. Hello, Brian.
Hi.
Hello, Steven.
It's lovely seeing you here today. I hope you're having a fine Monday.
Yeah, it's raining. It's been raining about 3 days now. We've got about 8 inches of rain on the ground. So, yes, It's a beautiful Monday.
That's a lot of rain.
It is a lot of rain.
We also are having rain, and I like it. It's also been nice and chilly. We had the windows open, so at night it's like super cozy, and you don't want to get out of bed. Oh, it's my favorite time of year, man. Just love it. But also, it's our favorite time of Monday, which is when Steven comes on and we talk about stuff. Now, here's the deal. There's not a lot happening right now, but there is one major thing, and that is some screenshots showed up. Screenshots, I should say, photos on the set for the Man Delorean TV series, Star Wars TV series, headed and run and directed by and all that by everyone's favorite Iron Man director. I forgot his name.
John Favreau.
John Favreau.
Everyone's favorite swinger.
Yeah, swinger. Yep, our favorite swinger, John Favreau, and even this dude in the Mandalorian costume looked like he had an arc reactor or whatever in his chest. He looked like a little bit of an Iron Man thing going on.
Does that thing light up though? I mean, if it doesn't light up, then it's just like a little chest dent kind of thing.
This is true.
I'm pretty sure it's either just part of the armor or a house insignia.
Ah, gotcha. So,
sure.
So
I should say clan insignia.
What do we know about this so far?
So we know that Jon Favreau is producing and show running and writing this series, and he is bringing on Watiti. What's his name?
Tiki Wakatiti.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's quite right, but everyone knows who we're talking about.
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi. And also Bryce Dallas Howard and Rick Fumiyawa and Deborah Chow are all going to direct episodes of The Mandalorian, which is kind of cool because these names are kind of the hot properties right now when it comes to, pop culture movies.
Yeah.
If you've never seen Rick Fumiyawa's Dope, you really need to go see it because it is brilliant. And at one point he was working on the Flash movie, but I don't think he is it anymore. The other thing that I don't know if you guys mentioned this on Thursday. I know you talked about this briefly, but this takes place between the Return of the Jedi and whatever the Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi and the Last Jedi.
Yeah, the Last Jedi. So it takes
Force
place
Awakens.
Force Awakens. Yeah,
it takes place in between those two, and it follows a Mandalorian as a lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far, far, far from the New Republic.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have ever really paid attention to some deep diving that goes on in the Star Wars universe, but there is a lot of borrowing from Japanese movies, from Japanese films. You could look at there's a great episode of Star Wars Clone Wars that is just a takeoff, a riff on the Seven Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that we have a lone gunfighter who's not named. He's simply known as the Mandalorian in a Western city. I have a feeling that we're going to see some Yojimbo, man with no name, Clint Eastwood type stuff going on in a Star Wars universe.
I'm all for that, dude. Sign me up.
Got no problem with that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
I think that would be totally awesome. And the other amazing thing is they've already started production. I mean, this is from the set.
Yeah.
They've already started shooting, and this thing is supposed to launch, I believe, in 2019 when the Disney streaming service launches.
Yeah. And the chat room asks, a Man Delorean? No. Not a DeLorean, it's a man. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah, that's your Back to the Future live action series.
That's a Transformers movie I would watch, but no, it's this guy. So just this shot here that you see passed around everywhere, where he's sort of walking down this gritty old street. Mm-hmm. It's everything I want from Star Wars: dirty, rusty, nasty, torn, gritty, dust-ridden everything. That's what I want. I don't want clean. I don't want sleek. I don't want shiny. I want dirty old Star Wars, and that's what this looks like to me. So I maintain very high hopes for this.
Yeah, if you can get a fistful of dollars into the storyline into this, that would be perfect.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that'd be really cool. Well, so that's going on, and that's good. Do we?
And this is going to like headline or help bring people to their Disney service, right? Their streaming service.
I would think so, considering that and all of the Marvel movies are going over there, all the Star Wars movies are going over there. I mean, the list goes on and on and on about Loki everything that's going to be there. Yeah.
I think I'm giving up. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to give up to add that, because I'm not going to add another one and not give one up. I don't know why. I'm just feeling frugal about it. So I got to decide what that's going to be. Like, what service can I live without when the Disney one launches?
Well, will any of the Marvel Hulu stuff go over there, or will that stay on Hulu?
That's staying on Netflix for right now.
Netflix and Hulu keep their stuff, right?
Right. For now.
No, I mean like the Hulu stuff, the Runaways and Cloak and Dagger.
Same. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure that will stay at Hulu until the end of the run, because some of the stuff, not only is it on Hulu, but it's also being broadcast as well on the ABC Family Channel, whatever it's now called, ION.
Freeform. Yeah,
Freeform.
I'll bet they're holding on to it because that's a deal they made with Hulu, the same as they did with Netflix. Can't see any reason why they'd lose it. But anything that's like film license, TV license, that sort of stuff, that's all going to go over to this channel, which is fine.
Gray Fox says drop HBO. Yeah, good luck with that. I think
it's hard for me. I love HBO.
Westworld and Game of Thrones and The Deuce and
maybe I just sign up for those when I need them. You know what I mean? Because
could be. Yeah,
I'm not going to
get who's
just
doing,
like we do with the
either
CBS.
One of you doing CBS All Access?
Yeah. So no, that's the idea. Is that we do it like that. You get it for Star Trek, and then you cancel that bastard.
Yeah, so the DC Universe series has already launched, and the Teen Titans series, which, the F Batman stuff, arrives October 12th. So if you wanted to sign up for that for a limited time and see what's going on, and then drop and then jump over to Disney.
So that's what we're calling it now, right? Because Nightwing says F Batman or something?
Yeah, Robin says F Batman. Yeah.
So now it's called the F Batman stuff. That's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm all for that.
I'm on board with the F Batman stuff.
And that show's already, even before its debut, I know they had their debut at the New York Comic-Con this past weekend, but that show's already been re-upped for a second season.
Yeah.
So they, I guess, have some pretty positive thoughts on that Teen Titans series over on the DC Universe streaming service.
There was some rumor and talk that Kathleen Kennedy might jump ship. Is that not true?
No. In fact, there were a lot of the quote-unquote haters, a.k.a. Russian robots, that were trying to say Kathleen Kennedy is the reason why Star Wars is in the horrible shape it is now. Yes, Star Wars, that billion upon billion upon $billion industry, is in such bad shape that they should get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah. She instead has re-upped for 3 more years with Lucasfilm as their president, and she will oversee the final Star Wars film, the number 9, that's set to come out from J.J. Abrams. Disney also said that will be the last of the trilogy films, of the family films of the Skywalkers. Yeah. She'll be overseeing this Mandalorian and some other stuff that they have in the works. So Kathleen Kennedy, she's not going anywhere. And anyone who says that she's a problem need to go and look at her IMDb list of everything that she has produced. She has probably made more money than what Disney is paying for Fox, 20th Century Fox at this point.
So, chat room, I would like to point out now. Here's a teachable moment. Okay, what Banksy did isn't trolling; it's an extension of his art. What people do to try to unseat Kathleen Kennedy because they've got their fandom confused with their wieners or their Russian bots. That's bad troll. That's trolling. That's bad trolling.
Right. Yes.
Okay. There's a difference. This is just a chance to explain the difference between the thing we talked about earlier in the show and this. Trying to unseat her while they are buried in money over there is ridiculous and stupid. Okay.
Separate your fandom from your wieners,
yes.
everybody.
Yes. Disconnect those two. They don't belong together. All right. Well, that's good. Anything else happening in that world that we should be aware of?
Oh, Star Wars wise, probably not at the moment.
Oh, what do you think of the Narnia thing coming to Netflix? How do you feel about that?
I was never so I've read all the Narnia books when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I had issues with them when I was a kid. I watched the first Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe movie. I don't remember if I saw the second one, the Prince Caspian movie, but I checked out after that. So I really have no love for the C.S. Lewis stuff. I know that there are a lot of people who love this stuff, and if you do, that's great. There's just a lot of stuff in those books that just make me feel a little uneasy.
Yeah, it's basically a Jesus book, you know.
Yeah, no, it is a Jesus book, is what it is.
Yeah, and because he was, big on that, and then him and Tolkien would have arguments all the time, even though they were friends. They were always fighting about, why your stuff is basically Jesus books, and that's going to be a problem for you one day. And he'd say, whatever, your lack of Jesus in your books is going to be a problem for you one day, and all this back and forth. I always found that very interesting, but I also I think I found that more interesting than I did the books themselves. Mm-hmm. I think there's a chance here to do something cool maybe on Netflix because you have a longer form.
Oh yeah, you definitely have a longer format, and there are certainly elements in the entire 7-book arc that you can explore that makes it, as if people love massive battles, that puts it in line with some of the massive battles that you see in Game of Thrones and in the Return of the King movies.
Yeah,
that would just be amazing in this.
Didn't those Narnia movies, they stopped at 2, right? They didn't go.
I think they did. I can't remember if they did a third one or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just the 2. First one did all right. Second one, I don't think did great. And then after that, they were like, all right.
Yeah.
No more Narnia.
I got a quick question for you guys.
Yeah.
This is actually the Major Spoilers poll of the week this week.
Oh, sweet.
There was a new trailer that dropped at the New York Comic-Con for Aquaman. It's over 5 minutes long and really shows a lot more about what's going on in the movie. I don't know if you guys have seen that trailer, and if you did, does it make you more or less interested in seeing the movie?
I still haven't seen it. Brian, did you see it?
I haven't seen it. No, unless it's the one. No, it wouldn't have been the one that they showed at before Venom. So no, I haven't seen the new one.
Yeah, I can tell you, generally speaking, though, the word out of Comic-Con was some who have seen an early cut of the film were comparing it favorably to like Wonder Woman in terms of tone and structure and stuff. Like it's a good non-Zack Snyder kind of approach to the movie. I don't know, that's all a lot of hearsay, so who knows, but I have higher hopes for that than I did going into NYCC. So I'm genuinely interested in how they approach that thing. Now, will I see that trailer? Probably. I'll watch it.
Oh yeah, just take 5 minutes and watch it. I mean, it's interesting. It shows a lot of action sequences, but it also has some further explanation of why Arthur is this hero of two worlds kind of thing, and what he needs to do to reunite. And it kind of sets up some big bads without telling you everything about the story. So I would be interested to see what your thoughts are and the listeners' thoughts. They can cast their vote over at majorspoilers.com in this week's Major Spoilers Poll of the Week.
Okay. Does he talk to any fish? Is there any fish talking?
We don't see that in this trailer.
Okay. I want to hear him go, and big circles come out of his head and tell the fish to come help him. I want that.
He does make a pee joke, so if that's something that you're into.
Well, I love a good pee joke. So good to know I can get that from DC superhero Aquaman. Steven, it's always a pleasure for us to have you here. Anything else on the site you want to mention before we go? Or any other
Sure,
cool
we'll be
projects?
talking, I'm sure, about The Mandalorian and a whole bunch of other things this week on the Major Spoilers podcast, comic books, pop culture, and more. You can check that out at majorspoilers.com this week.
Do you think that Black Manta looks cool or no?
I do, but I've always had a problem with the helmet and the neck part because it just makes the neck look way, way, way too tall.
Yeah.
Or too long than what it should be.
Yeah. Like a bobblehead kind of thing going on there.
Yeah, really weird. I don't know. It's just
Doug
me.
Jones is in there somewhere. Right?
Doug Jones has to be in there, right? Doug Jones is everywhere. All right. Hey, we need a tall, weird, skinny alien. Got your man right here.
Get Doug Jones on the phone.
Steve, and have a fantastic week. We'll talk to you soon. I almost stopped by calling him Steve. That would have been weird.
Right.
Because his name isn't Steve.
It's not Steve.
It's
No.
Steven.
He would never talk to us again.
No. And why would he? You know. Why won't Daryl's phone ring? Oh, here we go. Forget how you Skype. Hey, you answered it. That was fast. Well done, Daryl. Good job.
Yeah.
How are you? Hold on, don't do anything yet. I'm gonna play a theme for you. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna pick a random one.
I guess I'll just have to bite it.
All right. Hey, look, everybody. It's Daryl Skeels of the place he lives, which is up in Seattle, Washington, and comes on the show and we talk about Star Trek stuff. And turns out we got some actual news today.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. So when we now know when Star Trek Discovery, or DSC, season 2 will begin. When is it?
That would be January 7th.
Okay.
17th.
17th.
I need to learn how to talk.
17th.
17th.
Yes.
And there's no mid-season break. Why is that a significant thing? Because I guess last time there was a big break, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to wait a few months for more episodes,
Right,
but not this time.
Exactly. Now they're basically saying, "Oh, we know that you guys pretty much just dropped your CBS All Access when we took a break, and we don't want you to do that." So,
well, you also the conspiratorial among us might suggest that the mid-season break was a way to make people stay on and keep them on the hook, for a longer period.
That's true.
So I hope they didn't. I hope they weren't doing that, but I think this is smart. You're in a very different business model now, CBS All Access. So you need to play nice.
Here's the big question, Daryl. Have you watched the Tilly short trek?
I have.
Yeah, what'd you think of that?
It gets a meh plus.
Does she still have a big gnarly mole still? Is that still a thing?
I didn't even notice.
This is the mole origin story.
This is the origin story of the mole. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I'll tune right in. No, wait. Why a meh plus? That seems lower. Well, whatever. You're always picky, but why? What's wrong with it?
There's some. What am I trying to say? Ecological, moral story that you get hit over the head with. And even though I might agree with stuff, I don't want to be hit over the head. I want it snuck in.
Yeah, I'm kind of that way with almost everything. I don't like being preached to in any of my entertainment. Even though the thing they may be preaching, I might be part of the choir in some cases. I would rather them be subtle and interesting and not try to, tie a rope to a thing and then ride it like that. I don't know what this is and what you're referring to, but I assume it's like some, save the environment kind of message or something. Is that the deal?
Yeah, kind of. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, all right then. My dad always said, leave the campsite better than you found it. That's what my dad would always say. But that didn't feel preachy. That just felt like if there was like some guy who was at the camp before us left a gum wrapper, I'd pick it up and throw it away, even though the guy before me didn't. That was the rule.
They did that in Star Trek 5.
They totally did. Only after mountain climbing did they do that.
Right, exactly.
Rocket boots.
Start the fire.
So that's awesome. Also, episode 9 of DSC wrapped last week. Jonathan Frakes directed it. So your final episode of the season, or no, that's not the final episode. That's close to it.
What do we get? 13, 15, something like that.
So do we know what Riker directed? Do we know anything about the story or what's going on?
I don't know. I don't think anybody knows.
Okay.
But this will be his third directing thing.
Oh, right. That's right. This isn't his first time at the rodeo. He knows what's up. Also, they showed a young Spock. You put here he looks a little like Justin Bieber with hair and a beard. I would kind of agree. I think that beard is freaking weird, man.
Yeah.
He's just having a bad week, or what's the deal there? How can we?
Well, someone said maybe he was in a coma and woke up that way. That's possible, so I'd be okay with that.
I woke up like this. Well, maybe he's having a hard time. He's rebelling. He's like, my human side tells me to go on a bender and, eat Cheetos for 8 weeks and grow my beard out or something.
That's true. I mean, I guess thinking back, I mean, any Vulcan facial hair we've seen has just been really close, tightly cropped goatees, right?
Yeah. Like in what's the one where he's got a gun and has a goatee? What's that one called?
Mirror
Universe.
Mirror. Yeah.
Mirror.
Yeah. So we've never seen like full blown like neck beard.
No.
Spock or Vulcans in general.
Right.
It doesn't seem like Vulcans have much facial hair anyway, unless it's the Mirror episodes. Otherwise, they're all clean shaven.
Right.
So I don't know what to think about any of this.
Yeah, we don't know anything yet. We've just seen that, and there's nothing to go with it.
Yosemite Spock. Oh my gosh. Unrelated things. Could you submit that as a title? Because that's really good. Yosemite Spock. Like Sam, but Spock, see? That's good.
Yosemite Spock.
Anyway.
Wow.
All right, so that's pretty cool. And then anything else that happens in this thing that's exciting, or what's the deal there?
Well, we've seen Laurel with hair. She's the female Klingon.
Wait a minute, Laurel. Oh, right. She has hair now. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
right.
and the explanation for that is that Klingons do have hair. You guys are complaining about nothing with the new Klingon design. They're actually the same as they've always been.
Oh.
It's just that they shave their heads for war.
Oh, has that always been a thing where they shave their heads for war?
No, but it is now.
That's how they've retconned
That's
it.
what I do.
Yes.
I shave my head for war, so I can totally relate to that.
No, Brian, you're always at war then.
I'm always at war, yes.
Daryl, have you ever rubbed Brian's head? Have you ever done that? Like just rub your hand over it?
No, but I would do it if I had to win a prize.
Next time you're around him, do it. Next time you're in proximity of Ibit, just rub his head once.
Yeah,
it's something I'll never forget. I don't know why. It was just an experience I'll never forget.
Or I could rub my own head and be similar.
Well, that's true. You're getting there, but you keep a couple strands over there, right? You keep a little.
Yeah, just two.
A couple strands.
Like Homer, you got like the little W's on the side. Then,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited for all of this, and January's not as far away as it seems. Everybody, we're going to get Game of Thrones that month. We're going to get this. It's going to be an exciting month for genre television. So look forward to it in a big way. Daryl Skeels, he's the Trek nerd. Oh, we're all out of Oreos, right? That's it for those?
We are out of Oreos, correct.
Okay.
Yes, we have some Japanese stuff, but that's not...
Daryl
doesn't have any of that Japanese stuff.
No, he hates Japan. He's racist. Japanese. He still uses that shortening of the name they used in the 40s.
Right. No, there's a scene with him in that Pearl Harbor film that we just watched.
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor.
I remember
a lot of connections in that one.
Never forget Pearl Harbor. Oh, I know. Your Trek connection list was off the charts, man. Maybe the most we've ever had. And we recognized everybody. You know what's crazy, though? We just watched that, and that had Scott Wilson in it. And we were just going in the movie going, oh, yeah, he's Herschel on Walking Dead. He's great. And then that same day, he dies.
Yeah.
I feel like we're responsible for that because we brought his name up. We invoked his name, and now he's dead.
We can't be blamed for everything, Scott.
Did they say how he died? I know he's just older.
Leukemia.
Oh, leukemia.
Yeah.
Freaking F cancer right in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Daryl, it's been a pleasure. And we can't wait to do this again. Daryl's the Trek Nerd on Twitter. He's at This Week in Trek at thisweekintrek.com, a show dedicated to the study of Star Trek. Have a good week, and good luck in that meeting that people are having behind you right now. I can hear it.
Star Trekology.
Star Trekology.
Trekkery.
All right.
Star Trekkery.
We have finished our mission. However, I feel it a duty to play the latest mashup from Jamie.
It is part of our prime directive that if we have one of those, we must play it.
Yep. We've all signed the contract. We knew what we were in for when we did it. So here it is, Jamie and his TMS mashups, episodes 1572 through 1574. He's titled it, Yes, He Just Said That, unquote. Here it is. Enjoy. Yeah. Here goes, everybody.
She's looking for the nudity. Oh my God, Tina, there are giant boobs in my face. All down and Nixon's coming. All dead in Ohio. I'm gonna go get soup for dinner. I want soup. I went back to Ohio, and my city was gone. Your campaign of harassment will now come to an end, vile beast.
That's so I can aim my cat feces. Otherwise, I'm just throwing it blind.
That's right, I'm doing a sniper move from next door.
It's like I throw it and I listen for the crash. And when I don't hear it, I need to drill a new hole to look through. Oh, I need to go about a foot to the left.
Don't speak to me for 3 years. I
forgot you are hereby banned and must refrain from throwing any sort of cat excrement.
You're unable to speak to one another for 3 years.
Can you point me to the Panera Bread? Please send me to the Panera Bread.
Time to take back your city, Columbus.
I'm Torelli MD, and I have to say that guy there might be gay. Do. All right. A guy with a thing on his penis. Like, hey kids, look at this.
My
I'm
little
peeing.
ones, I mean my testicles.
I wear my pants up to my titty boobs. Bit. Did I say titty boobs on the show?
You did, yes.
All right, could everyone mark down time and date where I said for no reason titty boobs?
Oh, this just in. Todd Cochran is moving us into the mature category.
Todd Cochran. Is there anything he can't do?
Pronounce Gilbert Gottfried.
There you go. Nailed it. Thanks, everybody, for that, and Jamie for sending that in. If you have suggestions for Jamie, he's TMS Mashups on Twitter. If you like today's show and you're thinking, man, I'd sure like to vote on some of these weird titles people have submitted, you can go over to frogpants.showbot.tv and vote for your favorite titles. All you live people, I'm talking to you, and we'll pick one of them right after the show ends. Reminder, you can find us on patreon.com/TMS, and that's a great way to support the show. If you like us, show us that you do at patreon.com/TMS. If you're looking to contact us, find all of the other stuff, including archives of the show, really old episodes of the show, and video versions and all that stuff. You can find it at frogpants.com/TMS. All right, Brian, we should leave. Do you have a cover?
I do, and I mentioned Mike Haley at the top of the show. That request is coming tomorrow, so you guys are just going to have to wait to find out what's going on with Mike Haley. But today, we have an email from Scott from Houston, goes by the name Joe Tekor.